What's up, everybody? We got a bunch of folks in the house tonight. So, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Great, man.
Awesome.
Good. Right on. Well, we already got 9 folks in right now. Let's say hey to some people. Let's see. I got my. I guess you'd be. I always forget how you term this second cousin. My children's cousin, JBTC Gaming, in here tonight. We got Sticky Bricks, which he forgot some games that he won. So we need to get there, or we forgot to give them to you. We brought him there. Let's see who else we got. Iowa Retro Gamer. What's up, man? How's it going? Bill Keys. He went live a lot while we were out there. So Duck. Okay, so he there's a cool story about Duck. So we'll talk about it later. But I got something really cool from him, so I'm super excited about that. But let's see who else we got in here. Well, the Rushmore show's in the house. Right on. Oh, nice. Do you got sound effects for us?
Sorry.
Right on.
Sounds like somebody does.
Yeah, that's cool. I heard.
Bro, that sounds like the register at my local gas station. It makes that sound. I'm serious.
I heard Zelda at first. Garrett's in here. Discuss Davy's dance moves.
Oh, we know that's a separate interview, not today.
Not today. All right,
today,
we can talk about it later.
Yeah.
So right on. Well, cool guys. Well, I'm glad to have everybody. If you don't know who these, I'm pretty sure you know at least most of these folks. But before we get into that, I'm going to share what's most important with me, guys, and that's my faith. And I'm pretty sure we share this all here in common. But that's what's most important to me. I love gaming. You can see in the back, I love collecting. I love selling games, finding games, all that fun stuff. And I didn't for a while, but all that stuff's going to fade away one day. You know, especially when I'm gone, it's going to be left for someone else. If my family wants it, they may want it as memories. They may sell it. Who knows? Somebody else may get it that doesn't care about it. You hear of stuff all the time. People, houses, somebody moves, they get evicted, pass away, and somebody cleans out the house and they throw away all kinds of stuff. And so this stuff fades away. But what doesn't fade away is the Word of God and faith. That goes on for eternity. And regardless, we're all going to face eternity in one way or the other, whether we have eternal life or, unfortunately, we don't like to talk about a lot, is eternal separation from God. And that's why I'm here, that people would have eternal life. That's what matters most. And so the Bible says that we've all sinned, every single one of us. We're I guess we could say we're sinning if we say we've never sinned, because then we make God a liar, is what the Bible says. So we've all failed, we've all come short, and the deal is we all need salvation from that. We need forgiveness from sin, and good works won't give us our forgiveness. Giving $1 to the poor guy down the street won't forgive us. And what we need is a sacrifice, and that sacrifice was made for us on the cross. His name is Jesus Christ. He died for us, perfect, spotless, blameless man. Walked this earth, never sinned, never failed. He lived a perfect, blameless life, and he died for imperfect people. The Bible says the just for the unjust, that we might be made the righteousness of God. And so we were made righteous. But it takes us seeing that, we're not worthy of all the praise. We're not just victims. We've sinned against God. And when we can see that, and when the Bible says that God gives grace to the humble, and if we humble ourselves before God and what he's done, he's just to forgive us, and he's just to cleanse us of all sin as though we've never committed it. And he gives us the ability to walk with him, live for him, and be a light in a dying world. And that's what's most important to me, and that's what I believe most. So I share that with everyone here. If you don't believe that, but you have questions, feel free to come and ask any questions to any of us. But other than that, we're going to get into this. We have a few folks in the house. We have the Rushmore show, which is 2 guys. We have Kurt and Andy. And then we have Landon, Diddy's Retro Revive. And didn't have him on the thumbnail, but I asked him at the convention if he would come on. He was my neighbor, and so we'll talk about that. And then we have Dave. He's the man of the hour pretty much, because he put on the show. So we always tell him he needs to get a YouTube, but
I have one, but I posted like 1 or 2 videos I posted one about a Kreisky Discord meme, and it only got like 10 views. That's another reseller that we all hang out with. Shout out to Kreisky.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, he needs to come in here. He needs to come in.
Get on the show and get with God. Come on, man.
There you go. Come on, man.
Come on.
Right on. Well, so what we're gonna do tonight, guys, we're basically just there's no like this question. We're gonna go at it and just let everybody know how it was. Pickups that we had. What was your favorite thing about Louisiana Retro Con? What are some things that you thought was different than the years before, or things you liked that was similar? So I just want to talk about that. But what I'm going to do first is I want to ask Dave. I'm sorry, you don't want to be called Davey, do you? You want me to call you?
No,
Davey?
actually, I like being called by my official name. It's just what's frustrating is when people call me David. That's why I go by Dave, because people always mistake me. That's a fun fact. That's why I go by Dave a lot. But no, that's fine. You can call me either way. Either way, man.
Right on. Duck said, great show this weekend, and Sticky Bricks. We're going to get into that, man. Yeah, so this was a 5 Nights at Freddy's. Well, we're going to talk. He wanted to know about that. We actually got, Sticky Bricks, we got an autograph from the person that did Choco Bonnie. So
that's awesome.
So, yeah, we got it for Sticky Bricks, and he gave a shout-out for his YouTube. But, Dave, tell us tell us about how this was for you. Tell us about the starting up of this year. What was different? Was there anything different? And how was it? Like, what was going through your mind as you set it up and you kept going? Like as the con went on, because I know you're running around busy.
Well, I'll say this: like, a lot of people had been asking for a 2-day weekend for since I did the very first con in fall 2022. So this is like our 4th show already, and it grew so big. And it's such a short amount of time, 1.5 years. It's crazy. But
yeah,
I would say one of the hardships was like within 6 months planning a 2-day show when you've been used to, slowly building and mastering a 1 day, and then you finally mastered the 1 day, and it's like you drop the ball and you say, hey, let's do 2 days, and then it's hype, but it's like, oh wait, I gotta do double what I did last time. So, but no, man, I would say it was exciting. It was definitely a pleasure to serve so many just wonderful families this past weekend. I got to see, a lot of children walk out like they walked into Disneyland that day, and it was wonderful to capture that magic. I think the costumes that people wore were super cool, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like kind of like a magical, in a way, amusement park type feel, because you get to meet all these super cool people that dress up just for fun, and then you get to come find all these super cool retro video games, especially the import guys. I couldn't believe the guy from Texas that brought the Sega Saturn import in box and all that other cool stuff. And it's like, normally you'd have to go on eBay to find this stuff, but it's all right here in one nice place where we can all make new friends. We can trade stuff. I traded stuff with a few of the vendors, and that's what it's all about, man. It's fun. It's making new connections. And then I think one of the big highlights for a lot of people was the celebrity add-on this time, because we didn't do that last time.
Yeah,
that was something new, and I really think that the 5 Nights at Freddy's people really brought something special to this show, and I appreciate the fan base, because they were a cult phenomenon of people that were ready for this. They were excited, so. That's wonderful, and that gives me some idea of what we'll probably do for the fall show. So that's exciting.
Retro Gamer Dad said only 2 years old and already a 2-day weekend. So see, Dave it's hard. Am I saying that right? DMix 94. So Davey knows how to hire some really cool dudes to run his booth.
That's right. I try to.
Is that one of the guys that you hired? That
was one of the guys. What's up, man? Right, I didn't know he was going to be watching. I really enjoyed it. It was the first time coming. Unfortunately, did not get to stay for Sunday. Hey, that's all right, Grease Monkey. You came on the major day. I mean, but really, both days were so action packed that if you missed one or the other, there was so much stuff to do that it's you still got the full experience. Most people said they felt like they got the full experience on Sunday, even if they didn't go Saturday. And vice versa. I mean, like I said, there was so much to do. We had retro game tournaments and even fighting game tournaments throughout the whole weekend that people got to enjoy. And literally, if you missed one day, they had something else the next day. And then the arcades were all weekend to play on for free. Shout out
Three's
to
always
Tunnel
good.
Time Arcade for providing us with those each time. He's a blessing. Little
Right
local
on.
guy I know. He's really cool. He actually makes arcades and stuff. So
Oh wow, really?
yes,
That's
and
good.
refurbishes. So like all those were original arcades that he kind of fixed up and refurbished. Super cool. He's got like you should see his house. It looks like literally a retro arcade.
That's wild, man. His
Retro
house.
Con arcade does it. Yeah. He's got an old garage that he turned into like best thing I could say is like my bowling alley used to have a cool arcade, and they had the light up, neon floor when you turn down the black light,
walkway or whatever.
He's got that in his garage as the carpet,
Dang, that's
and the
crazy.
freaking
That's
shelves are filled with nothing but nostalgia pieces. He's got like 6 pinball machines. Like this dude's got it all. He said eventually he's going to try and bring pinball machines to RetroCon, so I hope that happens.
Right
I love pinball.
I've seen that at quite a few, so that's really cool. Garrett says, shout out to Miss Rhonda and Mr. Dave. So shout out to Miss Rhonda and Mr. Dave. Woo!
That's right. They're awesome.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
Kirk, Andy, I don't know if you did as much. I can't remember because I was you had to leave Sunday, right? Didn't you have to leave
Yeah.
Sunday? But Kirk, I know you got to hang out. And, you probably both did. Somebody was asking about, he had to leave, but was asking about the FNAF folks. Like,
the
tell me
FNAF, man. Yeah, cool. Those guys were, I've never really been asked. I've done a few things in my time, especially within the church, church celebrities, if you will, pastors within the circle, but nobody that's been like super big to kind of interview like that, except, a couple YouTubers that have come on our show. And, both of us being pastors and teachers and just speakers on YouTube, it's easier than it would have been years ago. So I wasn't really like starstruck because I didn't really know these guys too much. So I had to do a lot of research, but I was like super surprised the turnout just to see them. Because if I'm being honest, it's one of those cult things that you don't like. You just don't know what the fandom is like, right? Because you'll see like a little statue in the corner of Walmart. And you're like, oh, that's that Five Nights thing, or But I've never played the games. They came out kind of when I was going out of video games, and that future generations. And then when the movie came out back in Halloween, it wasn't something that was on my radar. So I actually tried to go watch the movie, and it's off. Like it went off so I had it on, and then like the next day it was gone. And I went and looked it up, and it, like within 2 days disappeared. I was like, oh, I missed my 2-hour window to actually watch that movie. And so I went and watched it.
How's it going? Sorry. Hi.
Jade said hi. I was letting him see that. So.
That was sweet. Hi, how are you?
You're good, Kirk.
I went and watched a bunch of like playthroughs on YouTube just to see how the video games work, to try and catch up. But man, it was fun. I talked to Christian, talked to Joseph. They were super down to earth. Didn't know if the kids were going to hang out with us. And then the kids actually all came in. So we had, for everybody out there, we had a Christian who played Hank in the movie. We had Joseph that played Carl in the movie. And then we had the 4 kids. The 4 kids were the voices of Chica, Bonnie, Freddie, and what's the other animatronic?
Well, the 4th one actually, that kid actually plays young Mike, who is the protagonist that goes work for the.
That's right. So the other kid plays
flashback scene.
Yeah. So he actually plays he wasn't an animatronic.
No.
So and then we had the guy who was actually inside of Bonnie, right? So that was the big panel. That was the big panel, and you can actually I filmed it. Wasn't the greatest of angles, but we interviewed him. I gave him about 10 questions or so, and then I let the floodgates open for the guests. And man, they were asking stuff, and I am so glad they were there, because there was questions I definitely wouldn't have asked. So much lore and things that they were asking. But if you guys want to see it, it's over on our channel. Go check it out.
For sure.
I saw
actually,
a couple pictures. It looked awesome from what I saw online.
Oh, it was great. Oh,
the crowd looked good in there. Yeah.
And FYI, Christian and Joseph, we locked them up over the weekend. They are coming on our show.
Wow.
They're going to come on our show for some movie Rushmores.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome.
We're gonna have them over.
I can't
the guy
wait for that.
The guy that was in Bonnie, you said that acted for Bonnie or whatever, Chocolate
Yeah.
Bonnie.
Jade,
Jade,
Yeah.
Jaden, Jude, something like that.
Jade Kender Martin. Jade,
yeah.
I saw that he was on America's Got Talent or something, and he like rode a bike with no hands on a tightrope with fire on it, and he was holding. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
he's a performer.
That's crazy. So I didn't know much. I just knew a little bit about the jump scare, but well, let's see, Andy, because you had to leave Sunday, but tell us about Saturday. How was that? Because you guys were walking around like interviewing and doing the charming stuff that you guys do, bringing the heat. So tell me a little bit about.
We can only be charming when I'm there. Sunday had to just. Sunday was Sunday. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man, and it was super fun. Saturday was a blast. Obviously, Sunday I had to leave. My pastor doesn't want me to miss many Sundays, so I've been able to one. I'll be able to miss Sunday for St. Tammany Collectors Con, but getting more than one out of him is just difficult.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Saturday, man, was a blast. We did Kirk, how long was our stream? 7.5 hours, 8 hours?
Stream? There's a 7.5 hour stream, and probably about 3 of it's looking at one of our signs while we walk around and shop.
An hour, 15 minutes is watching us eat wings.
But
for real, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You were live.
Wait. Those wings, those Faya Maya wings from Abe, Honest Abe.
Oh my God.
Chef's Kiss.
I heard they did amazing. Like,
dude,
I heard
those things fell off the bone. Those flats had nothing. Like, it was just like gone.
I wanted to eat, but I was just like, hold on, let me focus. I wanted to get out, so I didn't get to eat anything. I just wanted to
eat the burgers from Best Burger or Lafayette Best Burger, man. I hurt myself on those.
I heard a lot of people enjoyed those.
Yeah,
so those wings are fine. And then Sunday I ate the burger with the egg on it right there at the front.
Oh, I love those.
Dude, I needed about 100 napkins, but it was one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life.
That's the one I ate that one twice.
That's a
dude, that thing was cooking.
Dude,
bro.
All I got was a peanut butter sandwich.
My kids would say that was bussin'.
Nick said you help him I can't even talk.
Break his GameCube curse.
Yeah,
I had actually gotten off the phone with like Nick right before I joined in, and he was saying like how happy he was landing with the GameCube he got, because for some reason, my bad luck is PS2 games and PS2 systems. Those are always broken for me, always jacked up, always look like they just came out of like I'm gonna just say a drug house. But for some reason, GameCube is the bane of his existence. I always find good GameCubes. That's just always my lucky console. That's my lucky
are always good for me.
Yeah,
my whole collection of GameCube is almost
clean.
Too. So yeah.
Speaking of GameCube, I need you guys to help me replace this. Look, it's got a switch on the back to toggle from Japanese to American.
Nice.
See a switch? I got one of those too. But see, it's a different style.
Not that switch. But it doesn't work. It's a paperweight. It's a freaking paperweight right now.
Oh, dang.
Hey, if you want to shoot me a message afterwards, if it's just having trouble reading disc, I might be able to help you with that.
Yo, Heckin' Steve's in here. What's up, man?
Oh, what's up, Heckin' Steve? I didn't see. I'm still going.
What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Jeremy said my son and his generation are huge fans about. I missed that earlier about FNAF. I always say it wrong.
Jeremy, what's up, man? So Jeremy actually is the co-owner of the largest video game retro arcade in Louisiana. Shout out to Waybacks Arcade. They just had their 4-year anniversary this year. It's super cool. If any of you guys ever get to check it out, they got like hundreds of retro arcades that they get in-house and refurbish. Super cool place. It's like, I think, $11 to play all day. All access to any arcades, free play. It's super cool. Super cool if you'll ever get a chance to check it out.
Say the name of it again. Do they have like a website that you know?
Yeah, there's a website and there's a Facebook, Instagram, all that. It's called Waybacks, like Wayback Machine, like Waybacks Arcade. That's what it's called. It's really cool.
I see it. Pineville.
Yep. Oh, $13 plus tax. I couldn't remember. Thank you, Jeremy. But no, still $13 is worth it. It's awesome.
So I just put Wayback's Arcade up in the chat. So there it is right there.
We actually did a swap meet there, like a lot more of a traditional outdoor swap meet during the summer last year in partnership with Waybacks. It was called Louisiana Retro Exchange, and it was pretty fun, man. Like we met a few new vendors out there, and they had a blast. Like it was a free swap meet outside for video gamers, and then inside everybody could come in and play the retro games that they had for $13 all day. And yeah, it was a blast, man. It was a different crowd, but it was still under the Retro Con branding, but a nice change of pace. I really want to try and do that again because, Jeremy, I think we should do it again. Absolutely, man. It was a blast doing that with you guys. It's a blessing to know you guys. So thanks, man.
For sure. Oh, we got a few people in here.
Replace the disk drive. Jade's asking if anyone knows how to replace the disk drive in a PS4 Pro. I don't, but I think I know a guy in Mandeville that does. Not Mandeville, Metairie. I think that does all that.
Yeah, if you're in Mississippi, I know someone that knows how to do it. He works on all my stuff as well. So So Mississippi, I got somebody. You guys got somebody in Louisiana. So see, we got hookups everywhere.
That's right. What up, Steve? It's your boy, Heck and Steve.
Real Life Perspective Show. Thanks for coming on. I started following him from Go Snow and Miss Cat. So they were on the live last week. Diddy or Landon, tell me, because he's my neighbor. He was my neighbor, and we talked, had some good conversations, and he killed it. I'm just going to be honest. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he did really well. So he was busy, and I one of the things that I really liked, I told him, I said, I'm going to steal some of your ideas. And he said the same thing you, Dave. He's like, I'm stealing some of your ideas. His area.
Well, just real quick, I wanted to say, like, to add to that, this is what I like about video game vendors like us. I feel like we all complement each other. We all help each other. We all respect. And that's something I wish that the whole con industry would do. So I don't feel like there's no stealing. We all like inspire each other and teach each other. Well, you know what I mean. No, I know. I just want to say I love it that we all help each other. Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But his was awesome. It's like a little storefront, and it drew people in, and I was like, dude, right on. And same thing. Like, he was like, well, Keith might have something. I'll be like, man, he might have it if I don't have it, and we kind of help each other out. And he gave me some. Man, he was like. He had all this stuff, man. Anyways, I could go on in detail about all that. Anyways, man, talk about your week. If you don't, or weekend, you don't have to say how much you made. You can if you want, if everybody else is okay with it. You don't have to, but also talk about just the weekend yourself and how many cons have you done?
Well, this was my first real convention that I've done. I've done some small things, Actually, last weekend we did a like a library Comic-Con. Davey was there, Bayou Geek, few other people, Corey, Daggerpont. We had a handful of the guys were out there, and that was actually pretty successful as well. And then we kind of just used it as kind of a warm up weekend to get to Retro Con, because we knew Retro Con was gonna be crazy. So I kind of broke out everything, just about everything that I had for Retro Con. It was real surprising. We talked about that too at the show, Keith, where some stuff that we just knew was gonna move easy, good sales, sat there. Yeah, and then other things moved, and then it was kind of weird, the mix of items that went, and the 2 days were very different too. Saturday, you didn't see quite as many kids.
Yeah.
Sunday, it was more kids. So
that's true. There was a lot more kids. Yeah.
My games moved heavier on Saturday. For us older kids. Yeah. And for the youngers. For the youngins, they when they got there, then all of a sudden the toy table with the Pokemon cards and the little, small little $1-2 things. Those started to fly off the shelf.
Yeah.
The next, on the Sunday. So, like I said, successful weekend. It was just steady.
Yeah,
you know, it was steady.
Yeah,
and I think everybody had that. I want to say something on that, but before I do that, I want to notice this here. Iowa Retro Gamer Dad said, "I got a GameCube full of dust and still stinks like stick smoke, and it works fine." So, and Nick Benham's gonna go tear up the pizza. Go tear up the pizza, man.
It's pizza time. Come on.
Diddy would fix that GameCube, is what Jay Willis says. So, so send it his way. So with that, talking about sales, I'm just gonna be honest. So I have there's some stuff I have up online. I'll just be honest. Like I get it in a lot, and I don't really pay for it. It just comes with a lot. It's really cheap stuff that's nobody really I didn't even know existed, and that stuff is what sold for me. Like some of that stuff. The other thing, I guess maybe it's where it's at. Like where it's at in Louisiana, I don't know, but I was selling hunting and fishing games left and right. I never sell that, and I was like, I'm at a game con, a video game con, and people are buying hunting. It kind of weirded me out. I was like, really? How am I selling this stuff? But yeah, it was flying, man.
Same year, I had a lady come through, and she was digging through everything, and she was hardcore after Remington hunting games, and that's all she wanted was the Remington hunting games. I'd only ever seen one before. Just it's probably something that'd be $2, but that's what they wanted.
What really shocked me this weekend was so I have 3 wrestling plaques that I had gotten from like a pawn shop probably almost a year ago, and I put them in my little consignment booth that I have in a shop in Mandeville, and they never sold. So I told my buddy that lives out there, GBS Video Games, when he was coming to the con to sell, I was like, can you bring them with you? And I'm gonna slap a new sticker. I'm gonna try and sell them at the con. Dude, my workers sold all 3 of them within both days. Like, wow. It was amazing. I was like, this ain't going to probably sell, but I'll try and bring them. Dude, I saw at least 10 guys waiting in line to get into the con with wrestling belts on their shoulder. I was like, the wrestlers came through for this show. Because, we had like 3 wrestling indie
That's
guests.
right, because you had wrestling there as well, yeah.
But they came.
Steve, that was one of their shirts. Steve should have been there. Steve should have drove all the way down from the East Coast.
I would have flown Steve down,
There you go,
He's a celebrity now, talking to Sea-Dog, Phoenix on that interview.
Thanks for saying make sure to like the stream. Right on, man. Appreciate it. Will's in the house. By the way, I'm going to put his, unless it's somebody else is in there. I need to start working on my, I had other, actually he is a moderator, but I'm going to put it in here anyways. I guess I could make you guys moderators as well, but I don't mind doing, I kind of like doing this. I'm going to put his link up in the chat. But Reseller Madness has been one that I've been friends with for quite a while, and we've been talking about YouTube and goofy stuff on YouTube for a while because he likes to do funny skits and edits and all that. But I'm going to put his link up here, so if you guys get a chance to check him out, really cool dude. So, all right, well let's get into some of the hauls. I don't know if anybody picked up anything. Maybe
I got some stuff.
Okay, yeah, I got a giant box here, man.
I got 3 boxes I've been dying to show.
Okay. Oh, MXS Retro in the house. Thanks for coming in. Also, another channel. I'll go show you guys MXS Retro. But who wants to start with something they want to show?
I think Davies jump.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Let us know what you got.
First off, y'all want to go in a rotation and we show one thing at a time, or up to y'all?
Do like 1 or 2 things, and we'll go around, and
that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna show this first thing, and actually he's in the chat because he sold it to me while Greg was with Culture Shock was busy. Shout out to Rare and Classic for selling me this. This was dope. It had 50 on it, but he did 35 for me, which was awesome. So I have the Spice Orange GameCube in mint condition. It's all got original Japanese parts. I've been needing the player, so I was and he's like, "Are you sure you have the Japanese console?" He's like, "This is for the Japanese system." I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, I'm like, look, I'm gonna show another thing. I bought all 3 of these Mario Kart Double Dash, one of my favorite games of all time for GameCube. It's the Japanese one.
Oh, nice.
Mario Party 5.
Yeah, he had a bunch of Japanese stuff.
And Mario Party 4. I believe, 2 of these were from Retro Carts. Shout out to him. Andrew Guerrero, he's awesome. And then this one was from Chris Reed with Yellow Rose Retro. He gave me a solid price on it. So, I tried to go help out my Texas boys as best as I could. So,
they have good, solid stores. And they're
one
of the. Sorry, did I interrupt you?
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay, well, cool. So talking about the Texas boys, let me just talk about the Texas boys for a minute. So AC, who is awesome. So as you know, Caleb just went there to his store. Oh, I'll tell you about this in a second. Caleb just went to his store and did a video, where they did like a swap meet type thing where they were like for locals and stuff. But anyways, his store, Rare and Classic Games, who took me there was Tyler from My Retro Life. So he took me in there and showed it to me, but AC wasn't there. So I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought a bunch of stuff I needed, like cables. And then I bought Streets of Rage 4 on the PS4 so that I could play with the kids. But he saw me eyeing this, and he comes walking over to my table. It is a wire. It's retro bit. It's not like they made it for retro gaming like later on. And he saw me eyeing it, so he came over and he handed it to me. And I said, "Oh yeah, man, how much is it? I don't know the value of it. Just let me know." He said, "No, man, it's yours." So he just straight up gave me. He knows I love Saturn, so yeah, dude's good.
That's awesome.
If you know, he's the same guy. So a lot of people might not understand. Like, dude's just a giver. So if you know, I don't know if you guys have seen a long time ago. Caleb bought a GameCube cable from him. And he knew the value of it. He gave it because he's friends. He likes to help other people out. He sold it to him for 50% off, and those things are like $280. He sold it to him for like $150, $140 or something. And he was like, "No way." And he said, "Absolutely." And so he's just a giver, man. So so this is one of my pickups, free. So awesome. Shout out to AC Rare and Classic Games. If you guys haven't checked him out, I'll put his link up in there as well. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of piggyback on it. I'll show more later. I'll let somebody else go. I just wanted to point that one out. Is there any way to buy from you on? There's always ways to buy from me online, but what I would recommend, is not, I don't want eBay to like hear this and say you're nuts. I would recommend not buying on eBay because I can sell it to you for a lot cheaper than eBay. And, for people that buy from me, you can ask Steve. I give really good deals. So
no, but I'll even +1 that because you sold me that beautiful grape N64. Yeah. I still tell people buy from Keith. Buy from Keith. It's worth it. So yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man. I sold it to him for like $450 or something.
It is the bro price, 50% above eBay, Heck yeah.
For sure. Oh, speaking of which, Rare and Classic Games is in here. Nice chatting with you.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Right on. Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So okay, well, because Doug's in the chat, man, and you guys care if I share a little bit about my pickups?
Go ahead.
Heck
okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let me go grab it. Give me 1 second. I thought I grabbed it. Hold on.
I was going to say real quick, Kirk kind of already gave away one of his pickups because he's wearing it right now. I know he got that from Booties Apparel. That's a sick shirt. I love that.
Yeah.
Dude, he said he did awesome, and this was his first time ever being a vendor at anything. So to hear that was awesome.
Yeah. I was going to chat about it. I definitely wearing it on purpose, but
awesome, man.
Oh yeah, I saw those shirts. I thought those were pretty cool. So
yeah. So Booties, new group. They did a bunch of 3D printing. They had some nice coasters that were really cool. They had some magnets that were really cool. They were like 3D printing like Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games and making them magnets. And then they had these 3D printed actually look like Nintendo cartridges, and they were awesome. You could custom pick what you wanted your 4 or 8 to be, and I was very tempted into jumping on those. But I saw Davey. I I think the Louisiana Gaming Guild or one of the pages that they were on. They were like, "This is one of the shirts we're going to have," and I said, "That's one of the shirts I'm going to have for sure." And I couldn't find them because they were at the very front corner, and I hadn't made my way up that way yet. And I ran. It was like the end of Saturday. I said, "Andy, bro, I can't find that shirt. I don't know where the booth is." And he's like, "Oh, I saw it. It's up here in the corner." And man, they were awesome. They were like, I was like, "How are y'all doing?" They were like, "We are blown away at how good it's going." They held the shirt up. They're like, "That fit cool." They made it right there. And then they had all kinds of designs, but we connected with them too. And I think they might even come on our show. So that's, if I'm being honest, one of the main things that we do going out there is community. And we're all about networking and connecting with people, because we're a YouTube show that is a podcast, but we have a bigger point in mind and just connecting people and just serving and loving on people. And so getting to know all the new people and one of my favorite things, I got them right here, and this isn't all, it's just all the business cards. It's just like, like, "Hey, you got a business card? Hey, you got a business card? Hey, you got a business card?" But just really, and speaking of the one right there on top,
is
Booties.
Strange Woods is a podcast.
That's
too.
hilarious. That name, Booties.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and then they do that. That's why they're going to come on our show, is because they actually do a podcast as well. So they were going to connect with us. But Keith, why don't you share yours? I've got some stuff.
Okay.
But
I was just saying, do like that said. If I'm saying it right.
He said gamer.
Gamer. If you guys don't know about the gamer, you need to learn about. Grease Monkey said he spent over $1,000. I just put in a few. I put in MXS Retro, and then I put in rare and classic video games. And they got a store. If you're in Houston, go check out their store. And look, I'm not knocking any other video game stores. I promise I'm not. I'm not price knocking or anything. But he has a store. He has overhead, but he still is like selling at market and below. So, dude, and he's always giving deals. He's too giving. So, if you guys get a chance to go out there, well, not too giving. I don't know if you can be too giving, but I'm saying that in a good way. He's awesome. So if you get a chance to go check out a store if you're in Houston, Rare and Classic Video Games. I think he has 2 locations, if I'm correct. But yeah, so Duck, let me see if I can find him. If you guys seen Duck in here, Duck does it. So he did it. He put this up. Well, he put up something on Facebook, and Dave was going for it. And I told him, I said, "Dave, get your grimy hand paws off of it. This is mine." So this, I don't know if you can see. I already had this, but this sucker is clean. I'm not going to open it up.
Oh, that's my buddy Don. Yeah. I know him.
So I went that night. I looked up. I said, "There's got to be a Switch OLED," and I picked up a Switch OLED, and then I brought it, and this thing is clean. So inside, I want to open it all up, but it's the double cardboard. It even has the little cardboard insert for the Virtua Fighter game, and he threw in another like just a aftermarket controller, but this thing is sweet. So I swapped this out with my other one, and I'm going to sell the other one. And what's awesome is a local that also does conventions and huge collector. He has thousands of games. He saw that I had that other one, and he said, "Dude, can I buy that one from you?" So what I said is, he said it's for his collection. I was like, "Dude, you don't have to worry about that." And he said, "No, let me make a trade with you." So he's going to trade some stuff for me, so it benefits me, and it's doubles that he has. So that money will go to like future sales for me, and he's going to get a nice collection piece. So he said he's been wanting that. Super excited about that. But I picked up a lot. I won't show everything. You guys know I'm a Saturn dude. So I picked up really clean from Yellow Rose, and they gave me a deal. It was like they were only slightly above price charting, but this stuff deserves to be. I'm not going to show you, but I mean, the foam.
Speaking of Yellow Rose.
Oh, there you go. See how clean it is?
It's beautiful.
Foam. Wait, so I'm just curious. Y'all talking Yellow Rose. Why didn't y'all buy that Snatcher from him?
Because I can't afford it.
What system was it for?
It's only $1,200.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, can I interject? So one of the people that helped with the tournament people at the event, I found out the Saturday, he bought somebody at the Markman Breakers booth, which was sports cards and retro games. They had Earthbound big box complete for sale. Dude paid $1,100 like it was nothing.
Dang.
And then he told all of his buddies, I need to get out of this con. This is dangerous. I need to leave.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to buy a complete in box Ice Blue 64 for about another $600. So that dude spent all his money.
Well, yeah, I think everybody spent a lot of money. But I wanted to say this for Andy
I was going to say my buddy Kevin's in here. He was on our show not long ago. He's my childhood.
Kevin Sims?
Yeah, childhood friend. He's actually the one that brought me to the airport. He's got a boxed Earthbound, and he's got quite a few other of those games that are just impossible to find. We were talking about it as we were walking through the con. He's like, yeah, I got one of those, and I need one of those. I probably should leave before I purchase that. And
yeah, that's how it works, man. Shout out to Brett Nettles. He's a childhood friend. He was actually in my wedding, and he's an AG pastor, by the way, and so he's been checking out the channel. So I don't know if you
family.
They're AG. They're in the AG church as well, doing the same thing you're doing. So, amen. Window Loki Retro Con was great, bro. Yes, sir. Thanks for coming in. So here's a few more things. What is Iowa Retro Gamer Dad said? I would spin that too. You never see CIB Earthbound. Man, that's another story. I won't go there. But so I got a few other things. I actually played this a lot today. Galactic Attack.
That's
so
awesome.
Good. And then Horde, which I never played it. I just thought the artwork was cool. I don't know if I like it, but I'm getting the whole, I'm doing 258 games anyways. But yeah, he gave me a deal. He gave me like what I did is just said, because I know how it is. You need to make money, so I wasn't trying to pull too much. I just said, hey man, would you take starting price? And he said, yeah, I would do that. And the stuff was worth more, in my opinion, than price charting because it's super clean. It's got the registration cards and everything. And I also got a trade here. I got a bunch of Switch games. I thought I had the super. Here we go. I got this. Sorry if you can still see me. I just dropped stuff. So it's not the greatest condition, but this was a trade I did. Castlevania. Let's see. I mean, can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
So it's Castlevania 4. It doesn't have the manual, but it's the box and the game. And then Hyperzone. So I just thought that was cool because I never get Super Nintendo in the box. So I got that. And another thing is back here. I'll grab it in a second, and then I'll put it up on the camera. But OG Sega Steve, the one that was in the corner, had all the Sega and like limited run stuff. He gave me let me go grab it. I'll show you.
I was grabbing that. David Finn just joined the chat, man. Finn the Collector.
Yeah, man. What's up, Finn? Finn, fun fact, Finn's going to help us with our service in April.
That's awesome.
Oh, right on. Who's that? Where's that?
Finn the Collector. He's one of Andy's old band friends and besties. He has a booth at St. Tammany Collectors Con.
Okay, I see him. I must have scrolled down. I missed a lot of stuff. Okay, right on. Thanks for coming in, man.
Look what Kevin said. I was eyeballing $1,000 game that I had to walk away from. Cons like that can get us in trouble.
It's true. It's true.
Galactic Attack. Yeah.
I had to hold on to my wallet carefully the whole time.
I wish I had $1,000 that I could spend at a con. That's what I'm
see. The first STCC I went to was what inspired me to make RetroCon. And the funny thing is, I dropped $1,000 at that show, and I never did it ever again. I'd
drop $1,000 if I was a seller, and I knew I was going to make it back.
That's why I
can't drop $1,000 knowing I'm just a collector.
The Rushmore booth. We're not selling anything.
As a collector, I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, I know.
It's like I'm going to have to pass.
you're also in the heat of the moment because you're like, normally you'd be like, I don't want to spend that, but you're like.
Well, here's also the big part. My wife trusts me, but if I came home with $1,000 game, it's over. That's over, Jack. Like, no, sorry.
I understand that. But he gave this to me, and this is like complete in the box. It's got the everything inside is still new, and so he just gave.
Oh, look who's in the chat!
Yo, he made it in. What's up, man?
Booties Apparel. What's up? Look at this.
What's up, man? I'm trying. There we go. Booties Apparel.
Hey guys, all your shirt and 3D printing needs right there. Booties Apparel.
Oh man, Adam McCurley, I haven't seen you in years. How's it going, man? This is a friend that used to come to, like, we did Bible study together, and we went to we actually did an outreach at a bar, and we'd go into the bar and do a Bible study. And then
dude, when I first got into ministry, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to. I ran into it actually was in Bible college. I ran into a pastor that was out of Champaign, Illinois. Ironically, and he had a church that was birthed out of a bar. And what he would used to do is he would go to the bar and he would buy a tub of beers, of like long necks, and he'd sit them on the table. And people, as they walk by, he said, "Yeah, you can have one as long as you tell me your story." And then he would go through the conversation. He said, "Well, let me ask you a question. What do you know about church? What do you like about church?" And they would all say, "Yeah, it sucks, whatever." He goes, "What if I told you that you could go to one that I promise it wouldn't suck?" And that's kind of how it all started. And he birthed it out of a bar. And I was like, dude, I love that model, since that's where I came from, out of the bar. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, it was fun, man. We were it just, stuff dissolves. You know how that goes. Just as time goes by. Somebody found Futurama. I heard that. I know who was selling that too. They were my neighbors last year. Futurama on the Xbox. Grease Monkey spent a lot of money. So, well, anyways, I had a whole bunch of stuff. I won't go through it all because I was, I'm buying inventory, so I was loading up. I think I loaded up on like $1,500 to $2,000 worth of stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I bought quite a bit myself.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. Speaking of which, I kind of wanted to save this best thing for last, but since like we're talking about Landon, like, so he wanted to get an Xbox to get to his buddy, and originally we had this awesome trade we had, but he honestly did an even cooler trade. I'm ecstatic. I was going to trade inventory, but this has to go to the collection. Like, this is so me. This is beautiful.
Oh, that's sweet.
Like his wife
nice.
makes customized painted consoles. So shout out to Landon's wife. If y'all ever want it.
Oh, I heard her talking about that. Yeah.
Contact Diddy's Retro Revive and get him to make you a custom, get his wife make a custom painted this. This is staying. I'm like this is beautiful.
That looks really cool. That's nice.
I love this.
That's smart too.
The paint actually smells good too, so that's kind of dangerous.
Does it smell like dust and cigs? Like
no, it smells clean. It smells like Home Depot. So that's a good smell. Yeah,
right on.
Well, I'm glad you got it, Dave. I was glad you got it, man. Like I said, I had a feling you would like it.
Hell yeah.
And I'm sorry you didn't get to choose from the GameCube.
I
said, the GameCube sold.
Yeah.
Like I said, that dude was happy to get it. The guy he was some sort of he told me he was a therapist or something like that for gamer nerds. Yeah. And he wanted to put it in his office for people to be able to play.
I bet you that was our sponsor. Because Just Like You Therapy is a nerd therapist. So I bet that was him.
That might be who it was. I know Saturday he was wearing the Batman. He had the black suit with the Batman logos all over it.
Yeah, he's a super nice, cool guy.
Super nice guy. Yeah, he came in. He's looking around. He saw that, and he was like, "Yep, gotta have it."
Yeah, that was an event sponsor. He's a really cool guy.
Window Loki said he has something. Dakota, I think, says I got something huge for RetroCon next year.
That's Dakota. He's the one that sold Little Samson to Retro Rick's game store.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's Dakota. What's up, man?
Okay, yeah. What's going on, man? Yep. And I actually have the 3DS that he had sold to somebody that sold it to me. So the new 10, that's what I found out. He was like, dude, I think I had this one before.
Yep.
So,
No,
by
I've
the
seen
way, I
this
have a
game
Samsung
before.
3DS if you want it. If anybody wants it.
Yeah, that thing was sweet too.
Indeed. What about you? What? Oh, were you about to say something, Dave? My bad. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say real quick in the Funko Pop side of things, like I really like the boys and my good buddy Dustin with Bayou Geek Collectibles. I wasn't expecting very end of the show. He's just like Merry Christmas, and he gives me this the Homelander pop, and this is like $100 pop.
Jeez,
They're very hard to find. Let's just say he did really good that weekend. He was happy. He was very excited. Yeah, he gave me this pop. He gave my dad some kind of pop too. It was really cool. So yeah.
We've interviewed him a couple times. We've become good acquaintances, I guess. And he's on the hunt for a few pops for me. But I actually bought that. You probably can't see it in the picture, but that NWO one from him last Retro Con.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got that NWO one, but he's on the. So Sergeant Slaughter is going to be at St. Tammany Collectors Con, and crossing our Sergeant Slaughter, he's going to be at St. Tammany Collectors Con, and I think we're going to have the opportunity to MC for that as well and interview him. So I got one Sergeant Slaughter. Oh, it's back there behind me.
I'll put you on solo so they can see it, but that's why I did it because you're
pointing. Yeah, I got one. Oh, so here, I'll just get it. I'll get it.
There we go.
That way they can see it. I'm just saying that's why I put you on solo so they.
So this is what he gave me last year.
Oh, nice.
But since Slaughter is going to be there, yeah, we got this one that I'm going to get.
That's awesome.
So, but he's on the hunt for the other one. So that's the G.I. Joe one. There's a WWE one that he's trying to get for me. Oh, and by the way, Andy, he said that he found that Care Bear one for you. So,
it's not for me. Let me clarify. It's for my 6-year-old.
I mean, I wouldn't have judged if you said it was for you,
but what was funny is I knew that you had just like right after that or right before that told somebody else, no, I'm good, because everybody was like inundating you with all this Care Bear stuff, and then the first thing he said Sunday morning was like, hey, tell him I found that Care Bear thing. I was like, yeah, I'll let him know.
that's the real reason I couldn't stay Sunday. I didn't want people to know me as the Care Bear guy. That was
that's fair. That's fair. It would have ruined the image,
Yeah, so hopefully
no more Nintendo Andy. It would just been Care Bear Andy for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, I see Heck and Steve says, he's got a fantastic signature. The goal with what we're doing is trying to just bless and serve people. And with that, sometimes we get the opportunity to hang out with some of the celebrities. It looks, and like with the Friday night at I keep saying that Five Nights at Freddy's.
Friday Night at Freddy's.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's guys. Man, they were awesome, and they were like giving us stuff. But like, I got to hang out with the wrestlers. One of the things that we got to do was interview two of the wrestlers, and it was awesome. There wasn't as many people in there because I think it was at the beginning of the con, so a lot of people are kind of hunting and still trying to figure out what they're trying to do. And they weren't Slaughter, but they are pretty popular in the local game. So there were some few people in there. Nick Venom was up in there kind of giving him a hard time. But dude, it was a straight up promo. They were cutting it on each other. It was so awesome. And we got
was about to go through a table.
So yeah, they were about to try and throw us through the table. It was hilarious. Really? But look, we got that's two of the things that I picked up were their autos, and FYI, both of them and Carnage, which was the other guy that was there. They all three are going to be on our show during our nostalgia month. So we'll bring back some wrestling. We'll bring some wrestling back then, and Mustang Mike, Vladimir Koloff, and Carnage Perez are all going to be on our show. But dude,
how we do a Rushmore in character.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen. But Koloff, the whole time, you try and get him to break character, right? We try to do as much as you can, and we're just messing with. And then of course there were times where they're kind of like they're like talking to us, or whatever. But whenever there's people there, it's like whatever. And they're like screaming across because we were kind of perched up by them. And every time they'd say something, we'd make a funny joke about them, like we were heckling them, right? Yeah. And one time he comes over me, puts me in a headlock. He had me in a full-on headlock. Koloff did, and he's squeezing me. I'm like, "Is this in the MMA? Come on, let me go. I'm tapping out, whatever." Anyways, and he said, "What did he say? Your beard smells like
wood and depression."
What did he say?
What?
Wood and depression.
Yeah, your beard. No, he didn't say your beard. He said you smell like wood and depression. And I said, "Oh, that's my beard oil."
Oh. Wait, I think I saw that snippet online. I was like, what was the beard oil comment about?
Yeah, because he was like, you smell like wood and depression. But and then, his finishing move's the cannonball, and my son's name's Cannon. And I said, "Oh, that's pretty awesome. Your finishing move's named after my son." And he goes, "Are you stupid? You named your son Cannonball?" Bro, but it was such a fun time interviewing those guys. They were a blast. And I let Andy have that one since he was going on Saturday and not being able to stay on Sunday.
I felt like
it was a fun time kind of watching that kind of go down. It was cool.
Yeah, my brother and my son didn't know what was going on because they didn't know who they were. And I can't remember who it was, but they said somebody was walking by him and they was like, "Yeah, he was in a wrestling outfit and had a mask on." He just comes by me, he's walking like this, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you." And they're like, "What's going on?" They because they were just sitting there talking.
Bro, he told me he was gonna beat me up all night. He said, "The only thing I like is your mustache. I don't like bald people. I don't like." Yeah, just going off on me, man.
He's a true.
But Davey and them, they're all friends with them, so they all go watch their shows and stuff. Yeah. So they're really cool cats, man. Hey, look, I'll just go over the couple things that I got. I didn't get much this time. I didn't have much room to go back, but I knew I had to bring something back to my little guy. He was depressed that he couldn't come. He begged and begged and begged. So he collects pops, and he's been looking for the Red Ranger, and I picked that up for him. So he got the Red Ranger. He's got the black and the blue, and I had to get him the red from the movie. So that was one of the pickups I got for him. And then, if you guys know, I'm doing a PlayStation 2 journey. I'm kind of chasing PS2 down, and to be honest, the ones that I wanted weren't there, and the really good ones that they had, I already had in my collection. So I was picking up some side ones that were just kind of cheap when I saw them. But I got one of the Ratchet. I got Deadlocked.
Nice.
Fur Fighters, kind of a nostalgia game more than a fun game. That was one from the past. And then these two classics for almost nothing. Picked these up from Thrift Poppy. He hooked me up.
He's the GOAT, man.
Man. Tony Hawk 4 and Resident Evil 4. There were two that had eluded me up until this time. I mean, I could have ordered them or whatever, but it's always more fun to find them in the wild.
There it is.
I had to get this from my Spider-Man collection. Shout out again to I think it was Yellow Rose. Yellow Rose. They had a bunch of games I wanted. Just like I wanted so many.
I got it inbox. I got it inbox from Darius. Maximum Carnage inbox.
Yeah.
Sega.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
Hey, look, I just wanted to play it. If you want to work something out later, we can talk.
Hey,
that's the Dylan right
This one's clean. So, I mean, also back to Retro Card. Shout out to him. Dude, I wanted this so bad. I've never had an N-Gage game.
Is that an N-Gage? Okay, I thought.
Yes. And this was the only one I've been searching for years because the graphics look so wonky that they ported 3D graphics to an N-Gage. I wanted from a Spider-Man collection. It's sealed.
I think it's so
was just
awesome
like,
that you wanted to engage.
And I'm looking at I've been one. This was the first one I wanted. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, Andy, I'm like, this price, man, it's like $75. I'm like, I want it, but he's like, look, for you, it's like, don't tell anyone. And see, I'm breaking the code here. I'm telling you. He's like, he's like, show promoter half price for you only.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take it.
You gotta get it then.
So we should have just sent Davey around getting the stuff that we needed.
Dude, right. Real, let's do that next time. We got that next
time. But dude, I just noticed that, Andy, that's what Finn said. Did I miss that? He said, fun fact, I have a ton of Care Bear stuff for you, Andy.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah. He commented right below.
I'll own it now, man. You know.
I don't know if I said bye to Grease Monkey, but
Hey, Keith, can we skip that? Look down at the bottom there. Brandy, she has two really big comments. Can you go to those?
It's the Booties apparel lady.
Yeah, right.
How you doing, Brandy?
Welcome. As first timers in the con world, thank you, Davey. We got to interact with the neuroatypical community in a way that really touched my heart. We have a niece on the spectrum, and being able to offer a safe space where people be different in their authentic selves without judgment. Right on. I agree. That's cool. I don't know. It really touched my heart. I felt blessed to be a part of this community. Thanks again. That's awesome. Right on.
That's
that's cool, man. Right on.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandy, it was a blessing meeting you and kind of going through that. But, Keith, I don't know if you mind, but I was thinking about what we did on Sunday, which was just fantastically unique, and I wanted to kind of share.
Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
And Davey afforded us, as the Rushmore show, an opportunity, kind of went out on a limb for us. I've been watching online and seeing different other YouTubers, other podcasters, other pastors kind of go out to these conventions or go to like places and actually preach. And I was like, hey, I wonder if we could do that. And since Davey was my neighbor in the last con, and so Andy and I were kind of talking it up, and Ben kind of said, yeah, you could do that at the next St. Tammany. And then I was like, Davey, well, you're up, man. And he's like, well, I'll think about it. But once he let it go, man, our minds have been running like crazy. It's called Reboot, just basically another name, if you will, for being reborn as a Christian, but in the geeky nerd world, we all can get it. And Davey, man, I just want to say thank you, because when I first got called into ministry, I really didn't know exactly where I was going to go. I thought we were going to plant a church for a little bit, and then kind of moved and did homeless and sex trafficking ministry here in Atlanta. And then, just connecting online brought back all the old roots of our fandom. And it's been great just hanging out in the con world with Andy and you guys. And man, it was awesome. There was about 8 that stayed for the whole 7 or 8 that stayed the whole time.
That's
and
amazing.
Then there was about 4 6 that came and popped in and out. We probably had about 12, 13 total that heard parts of it. And then online, we had about 15 total throughout, coming in and out. So I'm thinking almost 30 people got that message. And then since then, I haven't checked it last, but since then, that message is at about 50 or 60 views. From that weekend, and for a first launch, that's awesome. And our whole main goal is to reach the nerd, the geeks, the gamers, the collectors, and just let them know that there's healing, there's community, and there's purpose. And of course, just introduce them to our friend Jesus. But it's such an amazing opportunity. And there were mistakes made, obviously, and there's hiccups, but if you guys allow us to do it, I think, man, there's going to be such a blessing as people realize that we're not, it says down there, a feeling without judgment. Man, you'll never get that from us. I mean, we're called to judge. We are called to judge, but I think it's 2 different kind of judgments here. Like judgments because you're weird and nerdy, or judgments because you have a severe vice that you have to lay down at Jesus' feet. Now I can challenge you on those, but I gotta accept you on the other ones first before I can do that.
Righteous judgment. Righteous.
Right.
Judgment. Yeah.
And Davey, just seriously, thank you.
A pleasure.
For us, one, kind of being by the wrestlers in the space, we didn't have as much traffic this time. But even though in the other cons we got more subscribers, we got more whatever, this one was much more fruitful and much more impactful for us, even though those kind of things didn't even happen. So thank you so much.
It said great ministry. I'm not a gamer, but that's a great ministry. Yeah.
Well, I'm blessed I just want to really quick say thank you to Kirk and Andy for coming to me with the idea about it. It really meant a lot that you guys, wanted to do something, so beautiful for the community, and, to try and save some people and guide them in the right direction towards Jesus, our Lord. So that really meant a lot that you guys seeked us. I feel like, I don't believe in coincidence. I feel like really all of you guys were
everything's a
brought
divine
into
appointment. Everything.
but for a purpose. So I'm really blessed to know you guys, and I'm really glad to hear that that somebody got the message this weekend, because I was kind of scared about it. I was thinking, is this going to end up a flop?
I mean, and rightfully so.
Even impact. So I'm glad.
Hey, I was scared about it. I mean, I was attacked all night long. I'm just going to be honest. I was attacked all night long. Different things, whether it was my computer technology, I dropped the camera so it wouldn't work for the live. The neighbor the neighbor at the hotel kept me up all night long. I mean, literally. I mean, we were attacked. I was like, you know what, Lord, I'm not going to let any of this get in between what you've got going on. And I went in nervous as heck, just because it's your first time. I've preached before, but not to that. Is anybody going to show up? Are there going to be people? And regardless, I was going to preach, because I was going to have it live, and I was going to preach it regardless. Because here's the reality: our main focus is going to be utilizing our voice here on YouTube, and so we'll have a section for that. But every opportunity that we can get to hang out with our friends in face, everybody's always welcome. No condemnation here. We will look, little caveat though, we will introduce you to the maker. And so that's just it. And it just kind of what's coming up. Andy will be at the next con preaching, and he's already mapped out what he's talking about. He sent it to me today, and I'm excited. I am so ecstatic.
Amen. I actually wanted to say something on it too. But I wanted to, because I want to say something, but I wanted to acknowledge, because I've been meaning to acknowledge Flipper Dude. He said he grew up across the street from the Iron Sheik's brother. So that's pretty interesting. Nice. I don't know much about that whole world, but I've kind of figured what it was about. But also, Flipper Dude's not on tonight, but he's going to usually be on with me on a lot. I just knew we would have a lot of people on screen. But I have Pro Picker on next week, so make sure you guys come to that as well. Now, let me say something with that too. Here's another thing that I think is really good, because sometimes, like, Christians, like, I've met a lot of Christians at conventions. In fact, I won't go all into the deep story. I told you a little bit about it, Kirk. But I was very nervous to even step foot at my first convention, which was Retropalooza in Dallas, because I was like, man, how am I going to feel about it? What are a lot of my friends going to say about it? Because I run in a lot of circles that are street preaching and holiness type churches, I was like, man, they're going to think, what are they going to say? And I said, but I like this stuff. I enjoy it. I've always have. And man, one after I met Retro Rick, and the first thing he wanted to do was talk about Jesus. And I think some of it's because my name was Pickin' Preacher, but they talked about that. I met Tyler Esposito with My Retro Life. We've become good friends, and he was telling me how he was just sharing the gospel with somebody. I mean, it was like one after the other. And one guy walked up, saw my shirt, and he was a local guy in like a Baptist church there. And he said, hey, are you an actual preacher? I said, yeah. And he was like, man, that's so cool. So the other good thing about what you're doing, and I want to just, kind of not praise you, not puff you up, but, praise what God's doing through you, is I think it's important also that there are Christians that are there and maybe feel like, how do I act? And so there's something about when you get together, and I think that's really important, is that when Christians get together, they're emboldened to be a witness. And so whenever you have that when there's going to be people that are Christians and not Christians, it encourages one another to say, hey, there's other Christians and they know where I stand. And, and so you can, it's just an uplifting, like even on that side, even on the side of people who already believe, or maybe they feel like, man, maybe they're confused. Am I allowed to do this and still be a Christian? And then so you maybe they're doubting some things in their faith, and you can just kind of encourage them and show them where you're at. And so I think that's really cool. And that's kind of where my heart is too. So I appreciate that. But that's it. That's all I want to say. Philippians 4, 4 and 5. I'm trying to remember what it says. I should know this. I was thinking 4:13. I know 4 has got a lot of good stuff. Let's see. What does it say? Steve put it up. I think he told me this one before that he really likes. Philippians 4, 4 and 5.
Let's see. It says, rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. That's
Amen.
really nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Amen to that. That's nice.
Wolfman's Goodies. What's up, Wolfman's Goodies? Amen. Thanks for coming in, guys. My uncle used to use Pac-Man to witness the teens at the 7-Eleven. That's awesome.
That's legit.
I love that.
Awesome.
I just love that sentence. It keeps getting better. Pac-Man to
Pac-Man?
witness the teens at a 7-Eleven. I mean, just.
Oh, somebody said, is there a link to the live? I would love to watch it, even if it already passed. I'm not sure. She's probably talking about the church service you did. I'm assuming, Jen, right?
Well,
it's on our YouTube. Yeah.
Hey, so not to self-promote, but since you're asking, if you guys go over to our channel, and look, we would love the support. If you go over there, we have the 7-hour Saturday live that's in and out of the wrestling show, us trying the food, us visiting cosplayers, whatever. You can go check that out. And then on Sunday, we have 2 lives. We have one that's kind of a weird angle interviewing the Five Nights at Freddy's guys, because there were so many chairs that kind of took up the space. And then there's another one with the church service. It was, if I'm being honest, it's based on Five Nights at Freddy's as the backdrop because of the con.
Mhm.
And it's about the parable of the security guard shining his light, God's word, on the darkness. So that's that. If you want to go listen, it's out there. It's only about 25 minutes long. But yeah, you're welcome to join the community. We have a Discord that we would hope to share if you need prayer or any kind of talking. You can go there and chat with us on that too, and it will scroll at the bottom the whole time.
It got fiery. Kirk pointed me out in the crowd and told me to repent.
Well, and listen, and Keith, I'm going to be honest. I feel there will be times where that will come. Not on. No. Honestly, there will be times where, like, hey, if somebody needs it, we're going to talk about it. But I was really sitting here in the back of my mind, day one, who's walking through the door and what? I mean, yeah, like, how am I going to, like, all the scenarios.
Great. Yeah, amen.
All the scenarios are going through my mind, and I kind of took a deep breath when I was like, okay, Pick and Preacher and his family are here. Ben and his friends are here. And then a random family walks in, and the old lady in the back, and then that one lady in the front. And I was like, hey, this is fun. This is full. For day one, I'm good with it. I'm good.
Yeah, my wife and my daughter went in there as well. So if you saw a little blue Sonic
so that was probably the family.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog was in there for a little bit.
Yeah,
that was my daughter. I didn't even know she went in there. My wife just messaged me and said that she was in there
for
a little bit to check it out.
Keith's brother and son. Is it brother, right?
Yeah, brother and son. Yeah.
They were up in the cheap seats, like waiting for it, like 45 minutes early. I'm like, oh, man, if you're the only ones coming in here, I hope you come down from the cheap seats.
They stay in the back. Oh, Retro Cart Collector, what's up?
What up, Retro Cart?
Oh, the Canardians here. Welcome.
Right on.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm actually about to share his channel as well. What it was, and that's kind of what I was saying. Like, we don't know who everybody was, right? I don't know if you got to meet everybody, but there's people coming in. And so that once again, that's that thing. Can you connect with people? My wife brought up, she said, some of these things are 2-day conventions, and like this one. And sometimes, vendors, that's their job, right? A lot of people, or it's at least a side job, whatever. But that's how they make money, and they may have to leave and not be able to go to church. And so it's good. It's good to have that type of.
That was the original thought. And Andy, Saturday before he left, messaged me and said, "Hey, I got a great idea. What if we do the service twice on Sunday, once pre-doors open for the vendors, and once after for anybody else that wants to come?"
That's really nice. That's a cool idea, man.
Jack called you out.
Dave's the only guy without a beard. Come on, fan. Look. Okay, so me and picking one of our good resale pals, Slimsy. We kind of have this little joke about the game of wisdom, and we call wisdom when you have the whole beard. So we joke and say we don't have no wisdom. We just shave it off the wisdom. So I don't have any wisdom right now.
I even have the ultra game of wisdom. I have a little bit of neck beard right here.
See, that's what we call the wisdom. That's the wisdom right there. That's it.
Jen said, "How do you conquer? How do you conquer stage fright? I'm going to preach to the children this." Oh wow,
Ooh.
and I'm
That's
nervous.
awesome.
You
Is this your
don't.
first time
Jesus
doing
does.
that?
Hey, so this could go sidetracked real quick, but I'll just share this. I am an introverted extrovert. I am as introverted as it comes, unless you're in my circle. When the camera turns on, when the Sunday morning lights come up, when I have to be at work in front of kids, sure. When I'm coaching, sure. When I hang this up, I'm gonna go disappear for 2 hours before I go to bed, because I'm gonna just go disappear in the corner and mess around. Stage fright is a real thing, and honestly, the only way to get better is to practice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like anything. The more you talk in front of people, the more you learn your own skills and how to kind of react and go back and forth. It's I mean. And children are the best, because they will let you know you suck. And I'm being honest, because I teach the elementary kids, and they're like, Mr. P, that doesn't make sense. That, like, whatever. And then I did elementary church, and they'll tell you, it's crazy.
Let me. I want to. Let me.
No, I was just gonna. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick that honestly, like children's aspect. That's something that I love the most about RetroCon, because, like you said, that's how you know if you flopped or not, or if you suck. Literally, one of my favorite moments was when Liam Hendricks, the little boy that was the ghost of the Freddy Fazbear animatronic and whatnot, he at the very end of the show, before him and his dad and all left,
Thank you, Wolfman.
he came. I believe, if I remember correctly, he came give me a high five and came give me a hug, and he said, "Thank you so much for a fun weekend, Dave." He was like, "This was the best convention that I've ever had the opportunity to like be a guest at." Like, he just his face like lit up. His face lit up.
Keith, look at David. Check out that last comment.
I heard Charlie Brown's parents every time you talked on your microphone this week. Oh yeah, that's right. Every time I was like,
true.
Wah, 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 wah,
I wanted
wah,
to say.
wah.
Let me say. I wanted to shout out.
Sorry
I
about
think
that.
that's what this is, because I'm looking at Starred. I'm still learning this whole new thing.
Yeah.
I think I got a super chat from Wolfman's Goodies. So thanks, man. I think that's
Man.
what that is. It says $5. I know he just put $5 as a text, but
Getting paid.
Yeah,
I think
man.
he said money. Oh, yeah, he said, it says at the top he said money. That's awesome.
Oh man,
Hey, Booties, listen. It says same. I was so fearful to talk to people at the con for 2 days. Excuse me. Look, I got choked up.
I'll finish the comment. Gone better.
But I'll say this: my very first con, when we went, Andy, I'm like, bro, what are we gonna do? Do we just walk up to people and like talk to them? Like, what do you want to? And we were terrible. We were absolutely terrible. We're like, let me just interview a few people.
I thought you did great.
So like the last like 10 mintes of the con, everybody's closing up and locking their stuff up and like packing. I'm like, hey, can we just ask you a real quick question? What's your top 4 for G.I. Joe? And we were like, we got like 7 or 8. And then we went home and we thought about it. We're like, we've got to be better than that. We've got to be better. So we brought the spin wheel out. We did some other stuff. But yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking when you're an introvert. I mean, I have friends that they've never seen my daughter, my oldest daughter, never met a person that she couldn't talk to in her life, in her whole life. She never shuts up. I need somebody like that on my team, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll tell you what, I'm total extrovert, right? Total. I talk to everybody, this and that, but I'm one of the worship leaders at church. We're the praise team and everything, and when we started that, or when I used to get on stage, and I mean, I was around family, it was around friends, it's people that we know, and I would still get up there and, you know what I mean? You go to sing and, you sing all the time and you're confident, and then you get on that stage, and that, like you said, that stage fright, that stuff is real, but just kind of pushing through it, especially when it's about the word of God. When it's praise and worship, when it's the word of God that you're talking about, you got to just let him work through.
Man, you want to talk about being scared. My very first time in Bible college when they made me go street preach, Keith.
Yeah, I can feel you, man.
Bro, when they said, all right, go over there and get on that microphone and start and I'm like, and do what? And do what? Hi, guys. Hello. How are you? Do what? Right. I avoided it like it was the plague, dude. I was like, no, I am not getting on that mic. I am not street preaching. No, I'm not doing it.
It's funny for me because, like, I guess because you got extrovert and introvert, and it all goes like there's different types of each. Like, I can get up and like just stand somewhere and start preaching, and people come to me. But what I have a really hard time doing is just going to people. And like, I get so nervous. Like, if I don't know somebody, I'm
talking to them.
Hey, like, well, and it's funny because like even on the YouTube, you might see me like, it looks like I'm just going up and being funny. I feel so awkward, and I go up and I'm like, hey, yeah, I don't know what especially even when I'm talking about the Lord too. I'm like,
well, that was one of the best parts about us having our show pre-recorded for the first 100 episodes. We made mistakes left and right. We just cut it out. Now we're live. It's like, dang it, that's stuck. All right.
Well,
hey, can I share this real quick? Kind of bringing it back to this because this is something for you, Keith. Okay.
Okay.
So Keith came on an episode of the Rushmore show, and we talked about one of my favorite topics, right, of all time, and we talked.
Yes.
We talked about RPGs, but I will tell you this. Your boy bought an RPG at Retro.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got Quest 6.
Okay, I can respect that one though. I can respect that one.
I like Quest 64.
Now, it's been.
I like.
I was on live, and people were like bashing me for getting it, and I'm like, but it looks like one that I'll actually somewhat enjoy. So I watched stuff before this. I've only played maybe like 5 minutes of it so far. I just literally I haven't even had a moment to do it yet. But I'm like, cool. This looks fun, man. I like all that, So it's a ton of, we'll try it out. Maybe I was talking to Kirk about it'd be kind of fun to do, Andy tries RPGs like a mini series or something.
Yeah.
And like these, I think this is like a baby steps into it or whatever. I'm not playing Final Fantasy or doing anything crazy. But yeah, so I got that one. The other one I got, no, this is not RPG, but I had to pick up Glover while I was there.
Oh,
hey, nice.
Super fun game. But I didn't buy a ton of stuff. And then
so just explain. He's on a 64 Quest.
Yeah, I am.
And you bought Quest 64, so that's awesome.
Oh, Quest 64 on a 64 Quest.
That's pretty cool.
I have about 10% of the catalog now, so I still got a lot of work to do.
Well, hey, I might be able to help you with a few of those, man. I'm actually glad you brought it back to that because I'm excited. I picked up some great stuff. Keith got to see some of the stuff that I picked up.
He picked up some pretty. Yeah, can you? I don't, because I was actually wanting to ask. Do you have those with you?
I got a few handful of them sitting here. Honestly, some of the ones that I brought in, I mean, people saw them and they were like, "Give me that." Like,
can I put you on? I'm going to put you on full screen so they can see some of those games. Can I?
All right. And this person, I'm just going to show. This was one that I picked up in Kirk. If you're on that PlayStation 2 Quest, I'm not sure if you have this one yet.
I don't.
Kingsfield, the ancient city, man, and this thing is crispy clean. Like I said, I mean, it is in great shape here. But so if interested, like I said, we can definitely talk about that. But I want to just share a couple of more that I got. And I picked up, I mean, this guy came in with a load of stuff, man, and I picked up some really cool inbox SNES stuff. So I got a glare here.
Nice.
I got this Doom complete, and like I said, this is one of the smaller things. I'm gonna go straight into some of the cooler stuff here.
I was just talking on the phone today with Keith about that game, saying how it kind of is like a Christian game.
There it is. Mega Man.
That's cool, man.
Mega Man X. That's the complete inbox.
That's Kirk's
followed by.
I love some Rockman.
Yeah, look, and I had them wrapped up because I was keeping the cardboard intact. We got the Mega Man X2.
Nice.
And then another Mega Man X2 with manual, no box for it, but it had Mega Man X2 in manual.
Love it.
And then Mega Man X3.
Nice.
Man, that was a sick pickup there. And then, man, this is one of my favorite things that I think I picked up. I picked up some other really great stuff too, but this Mega Man 64.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolute.
Wow.
It is the cleanest. I think it's the cleanest 64 box. Actually, I took it down. I took the whole collection down over to Yellow Rose Retro before we started. I said, all right. I said, which one of y'all is the best at authenticating? And
I saw you do that as I walked up.
man, and so we sat there and we went through stuff, and man, he was like, man, this is like the cleanest Mega Man. He's like, man, that the game looks too good. He's like, man, open that one up. So we actually opened that one up. We went down to the motherboard on it just to make sure, and it was all legit, and it is absolutely pristine. Like I said, I got a few more in here. I got several inbox things. Like, I mean, Super Mario Bros. 2. I got 2 copies of that, both complete in box. Mario Bros. 3, both complete in box. A few others that reached out.
I saw you when I walked up whenever he was showing me the card, and I was like, it looked like I wasn't sure, but oh wow, that's clean too.
Ooh,
like I said, Super Mario. Then had a Jet Force Gemini.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there's Andy.
Dang, you got some good stuff.
nice.
Donkey Kong Country.
Andy, there he is.
Nice. Look, he's okay. You gotta do that again so I can let them see you.
Ooh,
And then
that again,
Doom,
Andy.
the Doom.
You already know me as
64.
Care Bear guy, but I'm apparently also Donkey Kong guy.
Don't worry, I still got a few things to show y'all too.
He
That's
only
awesome,
spent
though,
$1 million. That's it.
Only
Quake 64.
Yeah.
Wow.
Complete in box. I mean, this dude had everything. I mean, he was loaded up, man. I was so stoked. I had Turok 1 and 2. Turok 1 sold.
Wow.
I mean, dude, it was one after another. I think I got.
Dude, you got some good stuff.
Yeah, man, it was.
Wow.
It was awesome to get. Now, don't get me wrong. We had to pay for it. It didn't come cheap. Didn't come cheap, but still got a good deal. It was still a good deal all in all, enough to be able to definitely turn around and make money with.
And those are ones people will want. So that's the
and that was kind of like, I had a lot of people came and put their hands on Mega Man, but that's a hard pull at nearly $200, but I mean they had a lot of interest in it, man. But I was excited to have it. I like having the things that bring people in, like you said. It kind of like got my shop set up, like a little storefront kind of, and I like having the things that bring people in, and then as they got my whole rack of games and everything else they look through, and I got some bangers in there as well. But then on that back table, when they come all the way in, then they run into the things like this, the Mega Mans and the ones that make them kind of drop jaw a little bit. And
I hate to be that guy, but we're actually a little bit further than what I normally go, and I'm okay with that. But I know Dave wanted to share another. Didn't you want to share another pickup?
If you don't mind,
go ahead.
I want to go through a quick list. I got a bunch more cool stuff to show.
And then after that, we'll go through. After that, I would like everybody to share how they can how people can contact you and cool. All of you guys. So go ahead, man.
Yeah. So Quick Save from Texas, Quick Save Games. He had a really cool handheld I wanted. I never have bought a custom, and I don't trust myself to build one. So he needed some Wiis. So we did a sweet trade. He needed 3 Wiis, and I get those pretty cheap. So I sourced some to him. I sourced 3 Wiis and a SNES. And he gave me this sweet Breath of the Wild custom Game Boy.
Oh, wow.
With the backlight IPS. So this is going in the personal collection. I've been one to play. So I got that.
Wow. He gave that to you?
In trade for 3 Wiis and a Super Nintendo. But I get them pretty cheap, so it was worth it.
Yeah.
I got this. Some guy came up to me and he traded at my booth. I paid $115 for a sealed copy of the Rocketeer, still with the hang tab.
Wow.
It's going for over 200 on eBay right now. So this will go in the collection. Let's see what else we got here. Real quick. I'm gonna go fast. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna show them on camera because it's nothing special. But I had 2 Switch lights that one of the Five Nights at Freddy's guys came to sell me. So
wait, so
I
that
got those
wasn't
pretty cheap.
That wasn't a limited edition 4DS.
Oh no, that still was. This was some other thing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. Also, oh yeah. So you didn't have any for me. That's okay. But another vendor at the end, he had a couple of weak plays for me. So that was sweetie.
Yeah, I know. I failed you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Somebody just kind of upped you this time. It's all right. I mean, look, that $3 million deal last time was still a good price. This was cool. This is my first imported Wii game. So somebody had a Japanese copy they were walking around with trying to trade. Some guy with a cart. Yeah, I lent him a dolly actually, but yeah, he had this. Nice. So I picked that one up. Dragon Ball, and then one of my good friends, he's came to support at every single Retro Con since the first. He came up and he had a Roadrunners Death Valley Rally complete for SNES. He wanted to trade in. And this was my childhood game for the GBA. This was the first time I was able to play this classic. I now have a complete copy of Super Mario World Advance 2. So I was like, I felt rekindled with my 6-year-old self getting this. This is again for the personal. I was so excited. Awesome. And then honestly, probably this also was a gift from Sticky Situation from Mobile, Alabama. They make awesome tumblers. So they gave me a mosaic Mario cup as thanks. If you don't know, I'm basically the Mario guy. And then a couple of staff members were like, Davey looks like he's having a horrible day. I think we should get him something. And so they were like, you want to go in half on this? So they came and they bought me this awesome headset stand that Gidry's 3D prints made. Check that out.
Yeah,
that's wild. That's pretty cool.
It's gonna be my new desk piece. Pretty sick. And then probably my favorite thing was again shout out. I can say it all day. My boy Andrew with Retro Carts. I was like, can we trade inventory? I said, this is something I want for the personal collection. I'm like, I'm on a saga. I'm trying to get this finished. And he's like, what you got? So I traded him a bunch of Super Nintendo stuff he needed and NES 64. We made it even trade for trade. And I finally got the Ice Blue. Woo. Mint condition, 64, and it does have expansion pack. Wow. Can't really see it there, but
nice.
So,
yeah, I can say that's nice.
Keith knows because I got the grape from you, and I don't buy these unless they're perfect, no cracks, and this was excellent.
Yeah,
it was perfect. So I'm excited. Now all I need is watermelon red and smoke grape. But that was about it. I didn't get a ton of stuff, but I got stuff that I really wanted, and I feel like that's what mattered. So it was fun, man. It was a blast.
Right on, man. Well, it was great. And let me just say this, and then we'll go on and share. Let everybody share how to get in touch. We still have 21 people in here in the chat, so I'm sure some of that's us, but that's only like 3 or 4 people. But yeah, there's still a lot of people in here. Let me just compliment Dave. Okay, Dave. Every time it's been great. He's a great host. He's very, in a good way, like a meek, humble guy. He's very cool with anybody he comes across. Even if I can, somebody gets on his nerves, you wouldn't know. Dave's just a great host, and I know all of you would agree with that. And from everything I've seen, all the vendors, like everybody that he's brought in. Of course, I don't get to talk to everybody, but everybody's just super awesome, super helpful. I like also just the crowd that comes. The crowd from what I've seen, doesn't seem to be like elitist. There's none of that. Everybody just seems really down to earth, really cool. And maybe it's just the good old Louisiana folks. I mean, so I was at Arkansas Retro Expo.
There was real quick. I was going to say, I found out there was actually a fan that announced to the front desk that they came in from Texas. So that's pretty impressive. Just a random person said they came all the way from Texas to see the cast and to come to the show. So
to see 5 Nights. Okay, wow. Well,
yeah, all that, it was great. So
somebody that was at my booth in Arkansas Retro Expo, Arkansas Pickers Expo. He came into my booth there. He's from Arkansas. He was there.
Wow.
He came. Yeah, so he bought a bunch of stuff from me.
That's amazing.
At your con. So there were people from all over the country, at least over in the South area. So, anyways, it's very, very good. Everybody likes it. It's a lot of fun. It's real laid back. You know, and what's another thing I really like is this year, it was a little different this year. I sold a lot of like stuff I've had sitting for 6 months plus, and they were, I was like, yeah. So if you're a reseller, if you find ways, stuff's going to sell. That's how I look at it. But,
I sold all my PS2s. I never sell PS2 consoles. They all
really?
sold.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know they were hungry for Landon's. Everybody was asking about PS2s.
PS2s, and then I sold OG Xboxes. They were flying off the shelves. Original
OG
Xbox.
My OG Xbox in box sold last year. People wanted Xbox this year. I just didn't have any. But anyways, I really enjoyed it. And it's late, guys. We're gonna call it a night. But let's if everybody can just share. I know Andy, Kirk, if both of you want to share, and I'm gonna put your links up in the chat as well. If you want to tell people like what you got coming up, I know you shared a little bit about Reboot. If you want to share just a little bit about something coming up and how they can get in touch with you, and I'm going to share your YouTube channel and all that good stuff here. So,
well, yeah. So we're Rushmore Show. Very excited to be on here, to be a part of the cons and everything. We are, like Kirk mentioned before, we've moved to now primarily being live recordings, bringing on friends. For the next 2 months, so March and April, it's music. So for 2 months, we're talking music. We're talking Rushmores of all kinds of different music. We just did one last week with a good friend of mine, video game music. So it was a good tie-in. We did video games for 2 months. Now we're doing music for 2 months. We have our channel, the Rushmore Show. You can, find all our stuff there. But we also have some other channels. You may have seen me commenting in here as the Girl Dad. I have a Girl Dad channel. I'm a father of 3 daughters. So we do some family-friendly videos and stuff like that every now and then on the Girl Dad. And then I'll let Kirk tell you about his other one too.
Yeah, so that I'm showing you right there, Girl Dad. And then on the other side there is Retro Cannon. Retro Cannon is my son's journey to try and accomplish the old video games that we played, but his very first reactions. And he only has about 3 videos out, and we filmed probably about 12 now. And I just don't. I need to get together. I'm finishing my master's, so I keep blaming that, and he keeps getting mad at me. But he has a lot of content that's going to go up, all cards and like his opening card packs and things of that nature. If you guys want to check him out, he's awesome. His biggest fan is Keith's son, so Blocky Kid. So, but that's it. And then just throw this out there. You can find us on all the socials, whether it's Instagram, Facebook. We have actually a Facebook page, Facebook, whatever. We go on live through Twitch. Live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube every Friday, unless there's a hang up. And like this week, we're going Thursday. So we'll be live usually about 7 Central. So if you guys want to join us, and then there'll be some more of that content for the reboot on that side, where reboot is our journey to go and reach the nerd culture. So we just appreciate you guys being on here. And Picking Preacher's been on the show. Davey's been on twice. Landon, if you ever want to be on, you're welcome. So, yeah.
I had some noise going.
And anybody else out there that you want to be on there, contact us, connect with us. So you guys are definitely welcome to be on the show. You hit us up on Instagram, and we'll have you on as a guest. Oh, Retro Cart's been on. Yep. So that's how I find out.
There it is. I think that's Girl Dad. I don't know why it's not showing up the link, but that's well, it showed up the link. It's just not showing Girl Dad. But that's it right there. That last one I just put up. All right. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Go ahead.
I dropped my link tree in the chat there. I don't know if you can grab that or anything like that, and if it's a clickable link or not, I'm not sure. But that's.
I'm trying to find it here.
It's right above some of the last stuff you just posted here. Right above Bootie's apparel.
Okay. Are you scrolled all the way down?
I'm scrolled as far down as it lets me.
It wouldn't let me post links earlier. I think Keith might be the only one that can.
Here,
post
let me
links.
try again. Here, I'll drop it again. How about that?
Yeah, and I'll make you. I can make you a. See, I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah,
show up.
I posted the link for the message earlier, and unless you're a moderator, I don't think it goes through.
Yeah, because I tried to post it for you too, Kirk, and it denied it. So
yeah,
that might be what it is. Yeah,
I tried to post the link to my Twitter and it
moderator.
didn't work.
I made Girl Dad moderator, but for some reason I'm not even seeing your chat.
Oh, you know what? I had another account. I made a Retro Revive YouTube account. That's why I'm in that.
oh,
I'm not even seeing it on here. I don't know why.
Watch this. Bet you do this. I can.
And look, while y'all are doing that and trying to figure that out, I just will share with this. Hey, we're all about community. We're not for sub or any of that stuff, but if you guys following us, we're definitely coming to check your content out for sure. We really are all about trying to help everybody else out and be that first person. So, I mean, if you're out there making content, we're going to check it out. So, we appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, man. I'm not seeing your.
I'm going to send it through. I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to the messenger here.
Messenger. Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, my bad. But yeah, you also got. Did you send it to Facebook?
I sent it to your messenger. Yeah.
Okay.
Heck, Steve, we already follow you. We've been watching you since you've been on Keith's show. So,
y'all probably have to watch his show with headphones on.
Yeah.
So, look, I love you, Steve. But man, like,
yeah, there's certain shows I don't turn on until the kids go to bed.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's just like, oh man, there's the F-bomb. And he actually had a funny episode where it was like literally a joke. He's like,
it's so funny, like
cursing. I have to stop cursing.
It's so funny. In our primer that we send friends, we go, we're not a Christian channel, but we're not a Christian channel. Listen, it's PG-13. Listen, if you say those words, that's fine. You can say that in the green room. We can talk about it in the after room.
That's right.
For this little bit of time, we're live now. Please don't.
Gotta keep it respectful.
Before we could cut it out. Now it's not. No, it's not.
Professional and respectful. That's what I always say.
I'm trying to get this link to where I'm on the link, but for some reason it's not. It's creating this massive link. I don't know if you saw that. You see that?
That's a good title, man, for your Facebook.
Is it? Are you typing code, Keith? What are you doing?
I don't know.
I'm gonna try.
Keith is typing in tongues.
Keith, you're AG, buddy. You're going back to your roots.
That's the new way. See if that works. Let me know if that lasts.
Anybody got the gift of interpretation in here?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm interpreting that is Landon's page.
Yeah, you can try that. I sent you my Facebook. Like all of my accounts, they link up to each other.
No, I know. So what I do when I go over to copy and paste it, it creates that massive. See, I hit copy.
Hyperlink.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna hold on. Here we go. Okay, I just scrolled over it instead of right clicking. Okay, there we go. See if that works, guys. Let me know if this works. Okay, well there's his. I'm sorry,
that one works.
The other one's got question marks and Batman symbols in it, man.
Well, thanks, Aaron. Thanks for letting us know. Wolfman said, I've been trying to make it on YouTube while I'm living with my dementia mom for the last year. So you've been doing it for a while, man. Just keep at it and keep connecting with people. So, let's see. Okay, everybody said that worked. Okay. All right, man. Sorry, I think I interrupted you. Was there anything else you were saying? My bad. They're very professional at that moment on my part. Yeah.
No.
Was there anything else you want to say, Landon, about?
No. Like I said, right now, I think the next show that we've got coming up is actually a little bit closer to you. Is actually the next one that's scheduled. We don't know what pop-up will happen, at the moment, but the next scheduled show is the Fan Fest out there at the
can't wait. I'll be with you.
Yeah, the library event out there in St. Louis. It's
Hancock County Library System Fan Fest.
That's the one, awesome. HCLS Fan Fest.
Yep.
So, we'll be set up out there. I've actually got two in Mississippi that I'll be at.
Yeah, so I'll be at one in Pearl.
Right, the one with Adam.
Yeah.
And so that's where you'll see me then. But till then, if anybody needs anything from me, like I said, I'm just around, just south of the Baton Rouge area. If anybody needs anything done local, and if y'all need anything, if y'all see any stuff that y'all need game wise and stuff like that from me, or want to go check my links, I've got my price charting on there. They can go see. I pretty much after a show, it'll take me a little while to go do everything, but I keep it all updated. So if anybody needs anything, all they got to do is shoot me a message, and I can ship out, very quickly and stuff. So.
It is indeed.
Well, Andy's on the 64. I'm on the PS2. You find some cool stuff, shoot it this way.
Yeah, and
I've got some.
I have a really easy one for you to find, man. If you can find it, it's not too hard. Saturn, just let me know. Just get me like really good deal.
Oh, I always hit you up anytime I get one.
Yeah, that's right. I think every time you've had one, it's something I already had. So.
But I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah, no, for real, it's hard to get. Well,
I just need somebody to find me a Pokemon box, completing box for GameCube.
Oh yeah, good luck.
I need the GameCube set, man. That's what I'm trying to get.
It's good luck on that one.
How about 300 games for it? I'm doing pretty good in 2024.
Really good.
Yeah, I broke 70 this week, so on the PS2.
Nice. That's awesome.
Nice. Well,
yeah.
Dave, the man of the weekend. Go ahead and tell them how they can get in touch with you. And now let me say this: he's very good at promoting what he does, and so once you follow him, you're gonna see stuff. And but yeah, if you want to share some of the stuff that you're kind of heading up, ways they can get in touch with you, and I will do my best to link as well.
I appreciate it, man. Well, like Keith said, yeah, I do promote, and honestly, I will start offering my services at rates soon, considering everybody's been speaking highly of it. So if you need social media management or, me to help run your event, I would love to outsource myself and be your promoter, your creator.
As if you don't have enough to do.
I can always, money talks, man.
Yeah.
money talks. Doesn't matter. Cash, debit card, food stamp.
Food stamp.
Maybe video games, we'll make
it
work.
Food stamps, Dave?
But, you can find me on a Linktree /Dave's Gaming Galaxy that has all my links for as far as my video game reselling adventures go. I do have a YouTube. I just haven't really started yet, but I'm probably going to start it soon. Now I have a little bit free time and a break from retro. I'll probably start doing some videos in the near future with pickups and talks about collecting while reselling, because that's what I love to do is, I love to collect and resell. I'm not a full-fledged reseller. If I have something I want to get and I don't have it already, I will, I'll make sure I get it in the collection. But yeah, I do that. And then also you can find, I run the page for Louisiana Retro Con. So you can find that on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We have LouisianaRetroConvention.com, where you can find out the firsthand info for the fall 2024 event, which will be probably dropping that in the next week or so. And you can also see me at Louisiana Comic Con, which is one of the largest comic cons in the area in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'll be there this weekend. I know I get no break. Everybody's like, on vacation. But I'll be there this weekend promoting the next Retro Con, because they were at Retro Con this weekend promoting their con coming this weekend. So now I go to their con. It's complicated. I'm going to their con this weekend to promote the next con. Now that this con's up, so I'll be there if anyone wants to come say hi.
We need to get in that one next year. Cool. That's the plan. It's gonna get in there, kind of pick up maybe one or two more.
I gotta interrupt you guys again. I gotta give a shout out to Wolfman's Goodies again, man. You're being too nice, man. I appreciate it. You don't, I really appreciate that, man. So
I was gonna jokingly type in $1,000 on there, but I'm afraid that it actually is gonna link somehow.
Hey, you can try it if you want.
I wasn't sure quite how that works.
Give it a try. I mean,
it's gonna bounce. So I mean, whatever happens. So
now on the real, I don't think some people understand that it's when you're doing YouTube nonstop, you guys, all that anyone on here that does YouTube all the time, man, that like the first time I got a super chat was while I was in Thailand, and it was somebody that hasn't been on my live show in months, and he came out and it's first thing he did was $5. He said, "I see you just hit to where you can do super chats. I just wanted to give it to you," and I was like, to me, it's like the year of doing YouTube and $0 and 30+ hours a week, like no joke.
We've been on 3 years, so
so you know how that first $5 feels really, 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 really good.
Well, it's gonna be $250. Me and Andy are gonna have to split it. So.
Oh yeah. Well, then you actually have to split $350. So it's because they take a $150 off of every $5.
Yeah.
Hey,
But-
$1.25. That's like at least a Mr. Good bar at the
There
grocery
you
store,
go.
right?
Does that buy a Mr. Goodbar anymore?
We'll do our top 4 things we bought with $1.25.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Heck, and Steve's crazy. He does a video every 3 to 4 days. So,
Yeah, that's insane.
We're once a week right now, but now that we've gone to live, we're gonna start integrating more shorts or a shorter content. Let's just say that shorter content.
yeah, I was planning on doing it and I haven't done it because I'm working on so many longs. Anyways, guys, it is 10:30, so we usually stop at 10. But Dave, this is usually what happens when you have a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, yeah. Oh, by the way, Kettle Breyer came on and said I emptied
I've seen that.
My wallet literally at Louisiana Retro Con. Bill Keys, Bill Keys went live almost the whole time too. Came to the table, so you guys
He's
check
awesome.
out his YouTube as well.
Speaking of which, thank you so much, Billy, for the Gator sauce. He always has this as a sponsor. He gave like 2 of these at the con, so it was nice. Thanks, man. Definitely have to try this.
Billy, you left me hanging. What? You could have got me a sauce,
dude.
Bruh.
Bring one to Rushmore show next time, man. Come on, man.
Blake, I haven't seen
April 20th, St. Tammany Collectors Con. Come see us.
That's right.
Right on.
Costco hot dogs. I've heard those are really good. I never had one.
I haven't either. This is how we'll end it. All I can think of. All right, guys. So this is going to be the end. So thanks for coming on. And if you know what this is, you know. If you know, you know. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
I love you. Wait,